If you're over 60, there's a chance that something you believe is keeping you healthy might quietly be putting your brain at risk. It's not junk food. It's not smoking. It's not even lack of exercise. No, this danger often comes in the form of something much smaller and more trusted: your daily vitamins. Yes, vitamins. Millions of older adults take supplements every day to protect their bones, boost memory, improve energy, and support their hearts. On the surface, it makes perfect sense. After all, vitamins are recommended by doctors, advertised as natural, and sold everywhere from pharmacies to grocery stores. But what most seniors don't realize is that not every vitamin is harmless, especially when taken in high doses, combined with medications, or consumed at the wrong time of day. Some can actually increase the risk of stroke, nerve damage, brain bleeds, and high blood pressure spikes, all without a single warning sign. Let's start with one of the most misunderstood: vitamin D. We're often told vitamin D is essential for strong bones, good mood, and immunity, and that's true. But the body is very sensitive to how much vitamin D it receives. High doses, especially taken late in the day or without medical supervision, can cause a dangerous buildup of calcium in the bloodstream, a condition known as hypercalcemia. Too much calcium doesn't just affect your bones, it can lead to arterial stiffness, high blood pressure, and eventually stroke. Consider the case of Mr. Rajan, a 74-year-old retired school principal. He prided himself on staying active and healthy. Every morning, he took a stack of supplements, including a 10,000 IU capsule of vitamin D, believing it would protect his bones and ward off fatigue. He'd seen an ad online and thought, more must be better. But one morning, he woke up disoriented. His right arm felt numb, his speech slurred. He'd had a stroke overnight. Blood tests showed elevated calcium, erratic blood pressure, and signs of vascular calcification, a condition where excess calcium is deposited into blood vessel walls. The likely trigger? Chronic high-dose vitamin D without medical oversight. His intentions were good. His routines seemed harmless. But the consequences were nearly life-changing. Science supports this. A 2019 study published in JAMA Neurology found that excessive intake of vitamin D, especially beyond 4,000 IU per day, can lead to vascular complications, particularly in older adults whose kidneys and cardiovascular systems are more sensitive to imbalances in calcium and phosphorus. And the timing matters too. Nighttime vitamin D intake can interfere with hormonal cycles and calcium regulation during the brain's most vulnerable hours, when blood pressure tends to rise and stroke risk peaks. Even modest daily doses of vitamin D can be harmful if not needed. The Endocrine Society recommends that older adults without a proven deficiency limit intake to 600 to 800 IU daily, unless advised otherwise by a doctor. But Mr. Rajan, like many others, was taking more than 12 times that amount. Next, let's talk about another supplement seniors often trust: vitamin E. Often referred to as the heart vitamin, it's commonly taken for better circulation, memory, and skin health. And yes, vitamin E has antioxidant properties that may protect cells from oxidative stress. But here's the part many people don't hear: vitamin E, when taken in high doses, acts as a natural blood thinner, and when combined with prescription anticoagulants like aspirin, warfarin, or clopidogrel, it can increase the risk of internal bleeding, especially in the brain. Mrs. Kusum, an 81-year-old widow from Lucknow, had been managing her blood pressure and heart rhythm well for years. She was on a low-dose aspirin regimen prescribed by her cardiologist. But after reading an article about anti-aging supplements, she began taking 800 IU of vitamin E daily, hoping it would help with her memory and skin. Within a month, she started experiencing intense headaches and dizzy spells. One morning, she collapsed. A CT scan revealed a hemorrhagic stroke, bleeding inside the brain. Doctors were puzzled at first. Her blood pressure was stable. There was no fall. Then they discovered her supplement routine. The combination of aspirin and high-dose vitamin E had thinned her blood so much that a minor vessel rupture in the brain couldn't clot, leading to internal bleeding. This isn't just anecdotal. A meta-analysis published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition in 2005 found that doses of vitamin E above 400 IU per day were associated with increased all-cause mortality. And subsequent research highlighted that high-dose vitamin E supplementation may increase risk of hemorrhagic stroke. The safe upper limit, according to the National Institutes of Health, is around 400 IU daily, though most adults need only 22 IU. Mrs. Kusum recovered after weeks of rehabilitation, but her memory and mobility never fully returned. "I just wanted to take care of myself," she said. "I thought it was helping my heart." This misunderstanding is heartbreakingly common. When we think natural, we think safe. But even natural substances can act like drugs in the body, interacting, compounding, and in some cases, harming, especially when we're over 60 and the body systems are more delicate. And if that surprises you, wait until we talk about the next vitamin, B6, the one that's supposed to protect your nerves, but can actually destroy them when taken in excess. Let's talk about vitamin B6, a supplement commonly marketed for nerve health, energy, and brain function. Walk through the vitamin aisle in any pharmacy, and you'll see nerve support or memory booster bottles boasting B6 content as a key ingredient. It's sold as something that helps seniors stay sharp, active, and independent. And while B6 is essential in small amounts, it helps the body produce neurotransmitters and supports nerve function. Too much of it can have the opposite effect. That's exactly what happened to Mr. Harold Mehra, a 76-year-old retired truck driver from Nagpur. For over a year, he had been taking a popular over-the-counter nerve support formula with 100 milligrams of vitamin B6 in each pill. The label said supports brain, nerves, and energy, and he took 2 tablets daily, just as it instructed. But slowly, his body began to change. His feet felt numb. His hands tingled. He had trouble balancing, often feeling unsteady when standing up from bed. The first time he fell in the bathroom, his family chalked it up to age. By the 3rd fall, he was rushed to the emergency room with a head injury. The truth came out during a neurological exam. His reflexes were slow. His nerve conduction was weak. When doctors reviewed his supplement intake, the cause became painfully clear: B6 toxicity. His daily intake, 200 milligrams, was over 20 times the upper safe limit recommended for adults. Unlike some vitamins that are flushed out quickly, vitamin B6 builds up in the body over time. And in older adults whose liver and kidney function may be reduced, that buildup happens even faster. Excess B6 damages the protective sheath called myelin around the nerves, like stripping insulation off an electric wire. The result? Tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, tremors, and even confusion. And in some cases, the nerve damage can become permanent. A well-documented study published in Neurology in 2003 reported several cases of sensory neuropathy linked to chronic B6 overdose, even in patients taking just 100 to 300 milligrams daily. The safe upper limit, according to the NIH, is 100 milligrams per day, but most seniors only need 1.7 milligrams from food and supplements combined. Fortunately, Harold's condition was caught in time. The supplements were stopped. His symptoms stabilized, but the damage to his nerves wasn't fully reversible. He now uses a cane and avoids long walks. "I just wanted to protect my brain," he told me once. "I didn't know I was slowly poisoning it." Next comes a vitamin often praised for eye health and immune support, vitamin A. Most of us grew up hearing that vitamin A is essential for good eyesight. And it is, in proper amounts. But vitamin A is fat-soluble. Unlike water-soluble vitamins, which are flushed out if there's excess, fat-soluble ones get stored in the body, mostly in the liver and fatty tissues. That means if you take too much, day after day, it builds up, slowly becoming toxic. One of the scariest consequences of excess vitamin A is a condition called pseudotumor cerebri, a false brain tumor that causes increased pressure inside the skull, mimicking the symptoms of a stroke or brain tumor. That's what happened to Miss Dorothy Singh, a 79-year-old retired piano teacher from Pune. She loved her music, her independence, and her morning vitamins. For years, she'd been taking a beauty supplement that promised better skin and eyesight, containing 10,000 IU of vitamin A. One day, she started getting pounding headaches. Then came blurred vision, slurred speech. Her family feared she'd had a stroke. But a scan revealed no clot, no bleed. Instead, doctors found signs of elevated intracranial pressure, a buildup of spinal fluid and stress on her optic nerves. The cause? Vitamin A toxicity. Dorothy had been unknowingly overdosing on vitamin A for years. Her liver couldn't store any more, and the excess began to disrupt her brain. It's a slow, invisible buildup with no symptoms until it's too late. Research backs this up. A study in the New England Journal of Medicine warned of vitamin A toxicity from long-term supplement use, especially in older adults. The recommended upper limit is 3,000 IU per day, and most people get enough through a balanced diet. Yet many multivitamins and anti-aging supplements contain 5,000 to 10,000 IU or more, often taken daily for months or years. Dorothy is doing better now. She's had to stop driving, and she needs regular vision checks. But what stayed with me is what she said after her diagnosis. I thought I was doing something good for my eyes. I never imagined it would hurt my brain. And finally, we come to niacin, or vitamin B3, a supplement often used to support heart health and lower cholesterol. You'll find it in everything from cholesterol control, capsules to energy drinks. But here's the problem. Niacin in high doses can trigger serious fluctuations in blood pressure and, in some people, even lead to a stroke. Let me tell you about Mr. Frank DiCosta, an 82-year-old retired postman from Goa. He came into the clinic with complaints of sudden hot flashes, a pounding in his chest, and brief dizzy spells in the morning. His wife thought it was just stress. His son thought his blood pressure medication needed adjusting. But after a deeper investigation, we found the real cause. He was taking an over-the-counter supplement containing 1,000 milligrams of niacin per dose, twice a day. That's 2,000 milligrams daily, more than 60 times what most seniors actually need. Niacin causes blood vessels to dilate suddenly, resulting in a warm, flushed sensation. But after that expansion, the blood vessels snap back, sometimes too forcefully, leading to a sudden rise in blood pressure, stress on the heart, and reduced blood flow to the brain. In Mr. DiCosta's case, the pressure spike triggered a mini-stroke known as a TA, transient ischemic attack. He was lucky. His speech returned. There was no permanent damage. But the experience shook him and his family. I just thought I was helping my heart, he said. No one told me to be careful. The truth is, most older adults only need 14 to 16 milligrams of niacin daily, which they often get from food alone. Anything above 50 milligrams should only be taken under a doctor's guidance. And even so-called flush-free versions of niacin can still affect blood pressure, heart rhythm, and blood sugar levels, especially in older adults. So, what can you do instead? Your brain doesn't need megadoses of vitamins. It needs real food, hydration, healthy fats, steady energy, and micronutrients in their natural form. Let me tell you about Mrs. Margaret Iqbal, a 73-year-old retired teacher from Delhi. She came to me with brain fog, balance problems, and low energy, despite taking nearly 10 supplements daily. We did something radical. We cleared her supplement shelf. And we rebuilt her diet instead. Her new breakfast? A boiled egg. Half an avocado, a slice of whole grain toast, a handful of blueberries, a glass of room-temperature water, and sometimes a few walnuts or almonds. No pills, just food. Within weeks, her blood pressure stabilized. Her energy returned. Her mind felt clearer. I haven't felt this sharp in years, she said with a smile. Because when your body recognizes the food you eat, it uses what it needs and discards the rest. No buildup. No toxicity. Just balance. So if you're over 60 and taking supplements, pause. Read the labels. Ask your doctor. And most of all, listen to your body. Supplements aren't always bad. But they're not always safe either. Especially when the risks are silent and the stakes are as high as your brain. If this message spoke to you, share it. Because knowledge like this can save lives. And you're never too old to take back control of your health.